Hey, everybody, welcome to Popcorn Chicken. I'm Elvin, and I have my buddy Justin running shotgun. There he is.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah.
Really nice.
Yours is
Very,
too.
it's very, homely, comfort.
Yeah. It's warm and you got the cool. So we got
Yeah,
nice
mine's
contracting on the color wheel.
yeah, exactly. Yours like fire, mine's like ice.
Yes.
They don't complement each other, but
Yeah, they do. They're
do
opposites on the color wheel. Yeah. Blue and,
they
and
complement
orange.
or do they
No,
contradict each other?
they're polar opposites.
Hold up.
Well, they whatever. I'm not this isn't a color theory podcast.
2 minutes has gone by.
Yep.
Hello to Darth. Not
up,
in the
Darth?
studio today. No, I unfortunately could not go to the studios. Wife is out of town, so I had to look after the kids, which is why we're 30 minutes late. I had to take care of dinner with them. So,
And I got stuck
kids.
in traffic for an hour.
Oh, that's fun. As soon as it starts raining, everyone just stops.
Yeah.
Crawl. It's like people have forgotten how to drive.
Yeah. They're like, wait a minute. Cold, wet. I don't know. Tires don't work. They stop.
Oh, Song of Ice and Fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at you, Kiwi. All right. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today.
Do we ever?
The last sword has been drawn, my friend.
Oh,
right in the gut. Right across. Dude.
Do we want to start with that, or do we want to save that for a bit?
We'll let this simmer for a bit. That's a good lamb stew that needs to simmer for a little bit.
Let that marinate.
Yeah, it's got some carrots in there. Let it marinate. We'll get into it. We'll talk about this week in Hollywood.
Yeah,
right. What's going on and stuff. A lot of cool things. We'll talk about birthdays, passing aways, and events. Let's start with the passing away. I do want to mention
you live and then you die.
Yeah, that's life. That's life, right? I do want to mention one. I hope I get her name right. B or Bay or B Arthur. She passed away at the age of 86 of lung cancer. She was the one of the main actress for Golden Girls.
Oh, Golden Girls. Yeah.
Yes, she was the mom's daughter. The mom's daughter.
Yeah.
The old lady, and then she had her daughter with the tall one, right?
Yeah.
Was it her name? Fran? Was it Fran?
No, she was
Maud. Maud. She was Maud.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Maud. Yeah. I remember watching this show a lot with my grandfather. He used to love it. So I used to sit there with him and watch it. I didn't even know. I'm like, what are these old people? What are they doing? But I'm like, cool, whatever. I'll watch it with my grandfather. It was my chance to kind of spend time with him. So he had two shows that it was his go-to show. It was the Golden Girls and Three's Company.
Yep.
That was his two go-to shows, and he loved them. So, yeah, in honor of him and in honor of her, she passed away this week in when she was 86. So in 2000,
she also had her own spin-off TV show, and she was in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Quite a career. She was a singer too. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
She was a singer. So
and she played Larry David's mom in Curb Your Enthusiasm too.
Look at that. She won a Tony. She won an Emmy. Wow. Very accomplished and decorated.
Yeah. Dio, come here.
Dio, say hi, Dio.
Dio, come say hi to the internet. He's grumpy.
This week in Hollywood, also at the age of 77, Lucille Ball passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I Love Lucy died of a heart attack. So, yeah, that when I read that, I'm like, whoa, really? Okay.
Yeah. She was a badass.
Oh, yeah, she was so good.
Yeah.
I remember watching that black and white. They made a colored version later on, right? Or they edited to color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for the color one. The black and white was just on point. It was so good.
Yep.
Those were that and Leave It to Beaver. Those are the two. Yeah. Those are the two that I kind of, when I was a kid, watched a little bit. I'm not that old. If anybody says that, I'm gonna. They were on repeat all the time. They still are.
Yeah. They're still in syndicate, dude. Golden Girls had like a recent resurgence. Like, I think
because of Betty
put it. Well, maybe, but like I think they just put it back on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. and there was just like I rewatched it during the pandemic, like every episode, and like the theme song was a banger, and just the amount of sass, and also so that show was like super ahead of its time, and for like a like
The progressive side of things, you
yeah,
mean?
very progressive for like a daytime sitcom type of
Mhm,
thing.
mhm, mhm.
Also, you want to know something terrifying?
I don't like terrifying things, but go ahead.
You know how old they were supposed to be, like the characters, like mid-50s.
And how old were they?
I think they were probably
60s?
maybe Blanche was 50 something. Yeah,
Well, Betty, what's her name?
Betty
Was
White.
Yeah, she was 60 something. She was like
Yeah,
60, almost 70 when she started that show, I think.
yeah.
That's crazy, yeah. Another person that passed away, Jerry Springer.
He's dead.
Yeah, dude, last
Oh
year.
yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, pancreatic cancer. He was not the father this time. So yeah, rest in peace to Jay. I mean, talk about building a career on toxic culture.
Yeah,
He did it well. I mean, hey, the man did it well, and he got paid
did.
for it. So good for him.
He made
Little,
bank.
carved himself a little place in Hollywood.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for birthdays, we had Al Pacino, man. Al Pacino. Donna Montana. I'm out of 4 years old, man. I'm out of 4 years old. So yeah, he is damn man, 84. Look at it. He just had a kid. Yes,
really?
this year, like almost less than a year ago, he just his wife gave birth to, I think it's his sixth wife or something like that. I don't I lost count. But yeah, she just gave birth to his kid just less than a year ago. So he's a dad at 84.
Yep.
His kid won't, I mean, I hope this guy lives for a long time. I'm not saying that, but he might not see his kid. I mean, his kid might not see his dad after the age of 16. Because that's 100. That's 100 right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Al Pacino. Renee Zellweger. 55. Damn, 55. She still looks pretty good. She looks still pretty good for 55. Famously known for Bridget Jones. I don't know. I never watched that. So
it was good.
Was she in Me, Myself, and Irene? Was that Renee Zellweger? Anyone knows that? Let me know. Thought she was.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. Another legend, Carol Burnett.
Ooh.
91 years old. She passed away this week. Man, she was hilarious.
Yep.
So good. The Carol Jet Li. These are birthdays.
Okay.
These are not deaths. These are not deaths.
I was like, no, Jet Li died.
No, I'm done with the death part. I'm doing the birthdays right now. So, birthday, Jet Li, 61. Man, 61. Holy smokes. I thought he was
He was just in Expendables, wasn't he? Not
was
just. I think he was in the first
one.
one.
He was in one of them. I don't know if it was a recent one, but I think it was maybe the second or third one. So, yeah, he's 61 years old. And another one, Melanie Melina or Melon. What's her name? Trump's wife.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Melania Trump. Yeah, sure. Yep. So she is 54 years old.
She died? Oh.
No, stop it. These are birthdays. Stop it. We have some other ones. We have Barbara Streisand.
Nice.
82 years old now. Happy birthday
Queen.
to Barbara. Yeah, legend, another legend. Kelly Clarkson. I remember her auditioning for American Idol.
Yeah. Have you seen her? She's got a talk show. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, okay. I have not known.
It's
daytime?
Daytime? Yeah, like daytime kind of whatever.
Hey, talk about carving yourself out a career.
Yeah. Right? No, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, she goes from, walking onto an audition to having she's been in the industry for 20 years, I think. So
yeah, at least.
She's 42 years old. Happy birthday to her this week. And then Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
How many people remember Shirley Temple? An icon.
Yep.
An icon in Hollywood. Child star. So happy
Got a
birthday.
drink named after her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even drink, but now it all comes. Look at that.
No, it's not
That's
alcoholic.
when you know you're popular, when a drink is named after you.
I just saw her pop up in the news.
She passed away in 2014. But this is her birthday.
It was like an interview about her or something. I don't know.
A couple of big ones here. John Cena turns 47. We still can't find him. You can't see him.
Who?
John Cena. Another John Oliver. So he's 47. Both of them are 47. Both of them born this week.
Have you ever seen them in the same room?
No, well, one's always missing.
That's true.
Right? But John Oliver is hilarious on his HBO special.
So good.
Cal Penn, one of the Kumars, 47 as well.
Is it Sean Penn's brother?
No, Cal Penn. You don't know Cal Penn from White Castle? Harold and Kumar? Harold and Kumar goes to White Castle.
Oh, that's his name. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Cal Penn is his name, yeah. Another brown person. Wow, they're all just born in the same week. Or Hollywood just like, hey, just find some brown people born in this year. Dev Patel. I keep calling him Dave Patel. Dev Patel.
David Patel?
Yeah. I don't know why they just go with that. I guarantee it's not Dev Patel or something.
Yeah.
And they just cut off the rest. They're like, no, that's not going to work in Hollywood. So it's Dev Patel. But speaking of that, me and Dee went on Saturday to watch this movie, Monkey Man.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen it?
No, but I saw your review of it.
Oh, man.
The one thing, that you said that stuck with me, like, because I was already going to see it at some point, and it looked really good. I mean, you just the description. It's just like, hey, do you want to see like Indian John Wick? It's just like, yeah, that'd be sick.
There was a lot of porcelain destroyed.
Yeah, the thing that you said that really stuck with me was like some of the shots and choreograph in this you only see in anime, and it's just like, whoa,
the way the movement and it's the fighting. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm no expert. You probably are way more, expertise in camera angles and stuff. But I'm telling you, man, I was amazed at the movements, and it wasn't shaky and blurry all over the time. But it was good, man, and the choreography was top notch.
Yeah, the fact that there's it sounds like they gave as much effort into the camera choreography as they did with the actual fight choreography.
I mean, it was so brutal and like bloody that I felt like I needed a tetanus shot after. It was so crazy. Events in Hollywood happened this week. I believe it was the premiere of. Let me find it here for you guys. Tucker Carlson got fired.
Yay!
In 1931, a gangster film called The Public Enemy came out.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was an old school, yeah. Star Trek Into the Darkness by J.J. Abrams. Nobody cares. I don't even want to talk about it.
That one was cool.
What was really cool was a groundbreaking movie that came out this year, this week in 2018, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War.
Ooh.
Premiered in Los Angeles this week.
So all hail from them.
Yes. Literally.
Yeah.
What else is there for this week in Hollywood? Seven Samurai. In 1954, Japanese filmmaker directed by Akira Kurosawa, starring Toshiro. I am going to butcher this so bad. Mifune or Mofun is released. Seven Samurai. Anybody know?
Yeah, it was one of the biggest inspirations for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like Kurosawa films was one of the.
I kid you not. I'm not even making this up. You know how those ads pop up on websites?
Yeah.
Literally below it is a Star Wars ad.
Yeah. See, there you go.
That they know where to place this ad. That is hilarious. This week in events and music history, Rod Stewart got mugged.
Oh, the poor bastard.
He got mugged by a gunman stealing his 50,000 Porsche on Hollywood Boulevard.
Jesus.
Oh, what were you doing? Did you just throw the keys at the guy?
Maybe he just had
Boulevard.
maybe he had the top down and the guy just jumped in the passenger seat. Give me your car. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto now.
I know someone that would probably have a field day with this. This week in Hollywood, O'Brien replaces Letterman on The Late Show.
Kobe?
O'Brien. No, Bryant. Conan O'Brien, one of the funniest a man on planet. Like, this guy is just so funny. He wrote so many Simpsons episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Another big movie.
I wish there was a place that you could watch more of his podcast, because I can only find like clips of it. I think it's all like back behind a paywall subscription. Yeah, but I want to watch it. I don't want to just listen to it.
No, but you can watch on Spotify now.
What? Spotify is video?
Yeah, it's been over a year ago.
What?
Yeah. I watch Joe Rogan's videos on Spotify. His full podcast is on.
What the shit? Since when was there video on this? I had no idea.
Over a year, at least over a year.
Well, minimum. They're doing a real shit job of advertising that.
Oh yeah, nobody knows. Nobody. Yeah. I found out by accident because I tilted my phone around. And it showed up. I'm like, oh, we have video. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Spotify, right, letting me know that. Iron Man 2 premiered this week. So not an Infinity War as well as Iron Man 2 premiered. I thought it was a pretty decent movie, Iron Man 2.
Yeah. That was the Mickey Rourke one, right?
Yes. And
yeah, that one was fun.
Mickey Rourke is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Bill Cosby found guilty on sexual assault this week in Hollywood. Thought I'd bring that up because may you spend many years in jail if you are allegedly. No, has he been?
Not allegedly, confirmed. No, he's a piece
confirmed.
of shit.
All charges?
I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. May you rest in jail forever.
Yeah.
So yeah. That is it for this week in Hollywood. Actually, I have one more here. Ringo Starr appears in the Smothers Brothers show.
The Smothers Brothers?
Yeah.
Speaking of some of the funniest people alive.
No song, and John Lennon is the guest on the show as well. So, iconic legends. I thought I'd bring that up because I had to. So, yeah. This week. There's a bunch of other stuff, but yeah. Those were the noteworthy ones.
Those were the good ones.
Next week, I'll have some more stuff. So.
Ooh.
And if you guys like this stuff, let us know. Give feedback. Do you like This Week in Hollywood, or do you think, nah, shove it to the side, move on to other stuff? My feelings won't get hurt. We're just trying to add some cool things, and if it works, great. We'll continue doing it. All right. Let's talk about, why don't we skim through Fallout a little bit? I finished it. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it in one sitting.
See, it's good when you said that. I know you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you give us? By the way, spoilers for anybody. Warnings right now for you guys. If you have not finished it, we are gonna probably jump around and talk about some of the points throughout the show.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at us.
So which episodes are we talking about? Like 4 or 5 kind of thing?
I think we can. Well, because Chris is not here, we can kind of just run the gamut and talk about wherever our sticking points.
Yeah, right? I mean, it was super fun all the way through. I was happy in general because like when I saw the trailer and just like, you know, I've been burned before, and I was like, it kind of looks like it's going to be very like CW-esque, and it just in the trailers looked a little too clean, but I was absolutely proven wrong immediately. I was really happy with how brutal it was and how comedic, but not slapstick or like super cringy comedy. It was funny a lot of the time. And yeah, it was just I mean, it made me go through and start playing old Fallout games, and I'm still playing through the Fallout 76, their MMO. So it got me hooked back into the universe again.
Yeah, I had very low. I've talked about this before. I think I had very low expectations going into this because I never played the game. I have
Mm.
nothing invested from Fallout series and the history behind it. And just seeing the trailer, I'm like, okay, are we gonna get another, girl boss agenda driven type of show
Mhm.
where I'm just gonna be kind of out of it? But this show immediately, I think maybe 20 minutes into it, takes all of that out the window and says,
Mhm.
hang out with us because it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And it's
Really
just
good
immediate.
character development.
Yeah, lots of fun. I love the 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 layout of all the backgrounds. It's not like just like Mandalorian where there's walking behind and there's a giant screen, but there's actually locations, right, where they're filming a lot of times. And then there's
Mhm.
studio stuff, of course.
Yeah.
There's locations where it's definitely studio, but they do it so well because there's a chamber they're supposed to be in, numbered
Mhm.
from like 1 to like whatever 38, and those are like confound areas, but they do such a good job of letting that they're doing this for mankind. They're getting all duped, right? They're all
Mhm.
believing in this soup that they're getting fed, and there's this dark, mysterious things are creeping around, and you get that eerie feeling something's not right here.
Yeah.
Who's wrong? Who's right? Because you're getting pulled in different directions, and I love the mislead here and there. Yeah, overall, it's just like so well done. I usually hate flashbacks.
Mhm.
I don't mind a couple of them, but I hate it when it's every single episode. That's one of
Yeah.
the reasons the show Arrow, I dropped out of it after maybe season 3 because I couldn't stand the flashbacks,
Mhm.
right? It was just too much over the top, and they used that as an excuse to cut half the episode down,
Yeah.
right? But this show, there's meaning behind these flashes. Like
Mhm.
there's actual um consequences of what happened in the past. And I don't mean the obvious, elephant in the room consequence. There's other the relationships, why these things happen, right? It's and then the characters that we meet, the main guy obviously that has the flashback, you get to see why he's like this.
Mhm.
What's driving him to be this person when he was a great father before,
Yeah.
right?
It
It's
that
yeah,
part, his arc, the ghoul, who was played by Walton Goggins.
phenomenal actor.
That story arc really reminded me of the first season of what's it called? Westworld.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
very reminiscent of that, like you seeing him as a good guy turned villain, kind of like anti-hero sort of thing.
yeah.
And every character, like obviously it spans 3 characters that then their storylines converge. A lot of the time you have a favorite of like, okay, this is the best character, this is one I'm interested in, and then it goes to one of the others, and you're like, okay, get back to the other person that I care about. But this one, it was every time it went to one of the 3, it was just like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, what are they up to now? Oh.
Yeah. Even even the CGI,
Mhm.
you got the monsters and you got the ghoul. Like you told me that his nose was CGI'd.
Yeah,
It was not prosthetics. And
yeah,
I could not tell.
yeah,
Like, there's no way I could tell.
yeah,
Right? I
yeah.
genuinely thought it was prosthetics. But then you're like, no, it's like a hole there. You could see every, behind it,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of hard to do when you have a real nose behind it, right?
Yeah,
So
your skull
yeah,
gets in the way.
yeah. Body fluids.
Yeah, so Walter Goggins actually removed his nose for
They
this
put it on
role.
later. Come on, anything for our buck.
Yeah, they put it on
But
ice.
I'll throw it back on later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I just hope there is a season 2. They've already approved
Yep.
that. They've already greenlit that. I don't know when it's gonna probably take a couple of years.
Probably,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm so like selfish. I always want things done right away. It's
Yeah.
like, can I just get it in October? Like, why? This is hard
Why
to
haven't
do.
why haven't you been working
Editing,
on this
yeah,
for the
editing
past
doesn't
10
take
years?
that long.
No, it's easy.
But yeah, hopefully in 2026,
Sure.
right? 2026. I think that's a fair length that we can expect them for dropping it. Amazon though, if it's a hit, they're gonna push the
Yeah.
numbers. They're gonna hire more staff, get it
Yep.
done. People need to keep subscribing to our thing, even though everybody in the world has an Amazon account. But they need more money, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, what do you give it a score
I'd
out of
say
all of it?
all together. I don't remember. Did we? I think we might have given it a score already, but
I think
I'd
we did the
say
first three episodes. I think we did.
right. I think all together, I'd say it's a good like 8. Like it's not without faults, but it was enough that it was.
Well, let's talk
like,
about some of the faults. Like, what did you not like about the show?
When the biggest ones that I can remember right now is just like when they were doing some exposition about some stuff that I was already familiar with because I played through the games. So I kind of lost interest during those parts where it was like explaining stuff, but I understood that it was necessary for the people who weren't familiar with it. So, and I think they did a really good job of not catering to either side really too hard and but not holding your hand through a lot of the exposition and the explanations and stuff. It kind of slowed down a couple times, but usually picked up pretty quickly after that. So yeah, I wouldn't say any glaring issues that I had with it. And again, it was compelling enough that I watched all 8 episodes that are an hour long each.
Yeah,
in
they're
one.
pretty lengthy, man. We complain about short episodes. Well, they gave it
Yep.
to us, right?
Oh yeah.
For me, it's tough because it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but that's what you have to do, kind of, right? To not give something, because if you give something a perfect score, then you better back it up with actual, evidence of why you think it's a perfect score. So for me, I'm probably gonna give this show a 9. I really like the show. I just thought some of the times the jokes didn't land as well.
Sure.
And then sometimes it was on the nose so good.
Yeah.
Like the one moment that sticks out to me is when the servant, what's his name again? The guy who's the servant of the guys with the robots. What are they called? In the game, what are they called in the game?
They're called the Brotherhood of Steel.
So I remember that part where the bear is mauling the main guy, and he's just like, F this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing, right? I thought that was great. But there's times where they would make some jokes, and I was just like, I would just like, okay, sure, it's just funny here and there. And then I also thought there's way too many characters trying to get screen time.
Sure.
You have your big 3.
Yeah.
Right? Your big 3. And then I also thought the bad guys weren't intimidating enough. They weren't more like the main villain at the end. She, if you want to call her the main villain, anti-villain, I don't know. I could have used more of her presence throughout the episodes.
Sure.
She showed up in the beginning and then she showed up at the end. And then in the middle, just like a free for all here. I guess it's a journey, right?
That was very very similar to the games. Like Fallout 4 actually Fallout 3, I think the story was borderline the exact same.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, Liam Neeson's your dad. He's in a vault. He leaves, and then you're like, oh no, I gotta find my dad. And then you show up at the end and you realize your dad's a piece of shit. And then you uncover all these conspiracies and all this stuff, and then you can either kill him or join him, kind of thing. So it was very, very similar to this. And
so why do you think they went with Fallout 3's storyline?
It was because 1 and 2 were top down, like old 90s games, and those ones, I mean, they kind of are the most of them are very similar. Something bad happens, you got to find someone, you find him at the end of the game, and then you have a big decision to make. And that's been kind of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and I don't really remember the story for Fallout 4 because it wasn't great. But you're always like a vault dweller that then goes outside, realizes how terrible everything is. Then you meet factions and team up with whoever. And actually, I'm playing through Fallout 76, and it's also very similar. You're in a vault.
I'm starting to notice a pattern here.
Yeah, you're in a vault. You get out. You realize everything's gone to shit, and then you're trying to find your overseer, and you're uncovering a conspiracy. And I'm pretty sure by the end of it, I'm going to meet her, and she's going to be like, "Actually, I'm new Hitler. I'm a horrible person." So,
what about the what?
Yeah.
That's also The
Kind of.
Last of Us, technically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how they all work, right?
Yep.
First goes CGI knows. Yeah. Go ask what's the name? Henry Cavill, right?
Yep.
A mustache gate.
Mustache gate.
Nose looked like it got inflamed.
Yeah.
But what about the sound? The score?
Oh, the score is great. I mean, that's one of the biggest aesthetic things about Fallout is the classic 50s soundtrack. And that kind of 50s like nuclear Fallout punk sort of aesthetic and vibe to everything. Everything's like kind of hyper futuristic, but also super old-timey. So yeah, it's a really, really cool aesthetic that they absolutely nailed throughout the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it was very borderline close to being one of the best,
yeah,
and complete TV shows.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Fun. We'll see next week what Chris's score is. Hopefully, he gets to watch it all before next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris, if you're watching this, make sure you watch it all before. All right, let's get into. Oh boy. Oh, Shogun. It ended, folks.
It did.
But wait, breaking news.
What?
Breaking news. So, what? Hold on. It was only one season. But the director has said the powers that be are deciding if they could do a season 2.
That makes sense.
His quotes were, "The Onion wants it, second season of Shogun." So we talked about this. We were like saying, hey, let it just go away. Let it just do its thing and then walk away.
Yeah. But
see? Oh, look. You're getting greedy.
They left it kind of okay. So the fact that
spoiler warnings for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dive into it.
The fact that they got this amount of character development in one season makes me trust if they want to do maybe a prequel or maybe a sequel. I don't know. I don't know where I would want it to be set. But also, yeah, there's a TV show too, I think. Yeah, there's a TV show, and I would like to go back and watch the 80s TV show that this was loosely based on, because I've heard lots of people who were fans of that were like, yeah, it's not necessarily faithful to it, but it's still really good. So I'm interested in seeing the source material. But we kept thinking that this was going to end in a huge battle. And
we did sort of get that as a future outlook.
Yeah, but I love the fact that it ended with an entire episode of just people talking. And it was as intense as any huge scale battle. Like, I had a frog in my throat the whole episode. It was just like a heartbreaking episode. And every thing that was tied up, every story beat that was like kind of tied up in the end, it was just like, okay, yeah, okay, oh, okay, good, yeah, oh, good, oh, now you're, oh, good, okay. It was brutal.
So the director has said that they haven't made any decisions.
Yeah.
They said if they have a good story that connects with the book and something that they could obviously bring to life, has to be authentic.
Mhm.
And the audience needs to be invested just like they were with season 1. They don't want to throw away. They're very guarded with this, right?
Good, yeah.
They want to make sure that whatever they do, they plan it out carefully if they're going to do it, and it has to be at the highest level possible, which is so refreshing to hear.
Yeah.
This guy could definitely go get another check if he wants to right now.
Sure.
But he's saying, no, we're going to sit back and really think this through.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, we were going to walk away with what we did. And we're very happy with what we did.
Yeah. And because it ended, it ended, but it didn't, there was still some room
It was
for
left to be desired.
Yes. It left wanting more.
That's the way I thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him in charge of Star Wars now. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean,
if you put him in charge of Star Wars, you're gonna have some great dialogue that's actually gonna mean something.
mhm.
You're gonna have action because he's gonna have to put action in there, but you're gonna get people wielding blades properly.
Yeah, you're gonna get people who die.
Yeah, if they stab themselves, they're gonna die now too.
Yeah.
It's an honor to die.
Yep. Oh
Yeah, he definitely could easily go and milk it and get paid. They'll just say, here's a blank check, write what you would think would make you happy to season 2. But
yeah.
he's being smart about it. And I love to hear that from directors, writers, that they're not just gonna cash in a check and put out whatever they want. There's
Mhm.
there's respect and history here.
Yeah.
Dare I say honor. And so you want to do that. You want to do right by the book. You want to do right by the creator.
Mhm.
And we don't have enough that, I think, in Hollywood. I think we always have people just like, hey, did well. Okay, let's do a season 2. We don't have anything. Who cares? It's season 2.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People.
I mean, it's
will
a
watch
very,
it.
yeah, it's a very like British TV
Yeah.
style where it's just like we came in, we did 2 seasons because this was the story we wanted to tell, and now we're gonna go make a new show. And like the people who made the Sherlock TV show with Martin Freeman, yeah,
With
is that his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, yeah.
Yeah.
They did what 2-3 seasons of that or whatever, and there were like 3 episodes. It's essentially just like 3 movies. And then they did that, and then they're like, all right, we're done. And then they went on to make a Dracula TV show with a very similar thing. Like, all right, it's 2 seasons, hour-long movie kind of miniseries. And then they're like, hey, that's done. Now moving on to the next thing. And so you get, if you like the creators and you like how they tell a story, you just get so much more entertainment because it's not the same thing dragging on, and it's just like, all right, here's a new story doing some cool stuff. All right, here's a new story doing some cool stuff.
Yeah. Man, I don't remember the last time where I've been able to see 2 shows almost the same time and
Yeah.
just sit there and smile.
Yeah.
But 2 opposites
Sure.
of style,
Mhm.
writing, story. I mean, one's a post-apocalyptic, one's a based on history, maybe.
Sure.
It's a historical, and then you have a sci-fi, and both you sit there and you just watch and smile and you go, "This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is why I want to pay the subscription."
Yeah.
You know, you have my money. You know, like that. That's where you smile and say thank you for understanding what viewers in the broad sense
Mhm.
would want to see when they click on an episode. and the next episode where I don't want to go to work because I want to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
But I gotta because I gotta pay for this. And so I can't remember the last time I had back to backs. Well, not back to back, simultaneously going on because I was watching both. Fallout on this, and man, it's beautiful. And it was filmed here in Vancouver, Shogun, and
a bunch of it.
You get to see a lot of the natural beauty of where we live.
Yeah,
we live in a beautiful
Vancouver Island.
Well, BC itself is beautiful all over.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people realize how beautiful this place. We take it for granted.
Sure.
But whenever I meet people outside of here, they come here for the first time. They're like, "Holy smokes, this place is amazing! You got beautiful mountains, nice beaches, beautiful forest, waterfalls, rivers, lush forest everywhere. Nature's beautiful, lots of hiking, right? They're like, this is such a beautiful place here, and I'm like, it's all right."
They're like, it kind of looks like feudal Japan in some parts, and you're like, oh yeah, I never.
Have you seen our 2-lane highways? I don't know. But no, it's so crazy how they're able to film it here, but it make it look like Japan, right? So yeah, absolutely masterpiece. What was the lowest score? I think I had the lowest score. I think I gave it 8.5.
Yeah,
that was the lowest score out of all of us.
Yeah,
I think 8.5. What say you?
The series or this episode?
This episode, then we'll do series after. We'll do final stuff that we want to talk about.
All right, episode. It was a 10. There was
like okay.
Again, they subverted my expectations. I was expecting a big climatic battle, and they were like, "No, we're gonna do dialogue," and it was as intense and as impactful. And I did not expect that, and I was blown away. And I watched it like twice, I think, at least.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give this a 9. I didn't like it when it ended.
I didn't like when it ended.
I was kind of disappointed in the way it ended, but I understood afterwards. I'm like, okay, this is poetic. It's a poetic ending.
It absolutely was.
It's a poetic ending, but I was greedy and I still wanted a battle.
Sure.
I also I'm like, if you don't give me a battle, why don't you just do a ninja raid?
I mean, we got that in the last episode.
Yeah, but I wanted that bad guy's head cut off.
Yeah, that's fair.
And by the way, hats off to the prop people. That armored outfits they were wearing
so cool.
Holy smokes, it looked awesome. Yeah, so props to them. They did a great job of making everybody look
props to them.
Yeah. You're welcome. It spilled over for me weekly or geekly.
Yeah. It's a geekly.
But okay, so 9 and 10 for you.
Yep.
Anything you didn't like from the show?
From the show?
Yeah.
If
you had to pick a thing.
Yeah. Their lens choice.
In the beginning, yes, you talked about that.
Yeah. And I noticed it less. They were still using the same lenses throughout the entire show. So it was just weird kind of dreamscape, weird stuff and weird distortion in the background. It was more obvious in the first couple episodes, and the subtitles in this episode, especially too, when Toranaga is talking with what's his name, Yabushi, and they're having like a heart to heart, and they're standing on the edge of a cliff right before he's about to die, and he walks up and he says something, and it just says speaking Japanese, and I'm just like, motherfucker, I know he's talking Japanese. What did he say?
Okay, it's funny you brought that up because there was what was it? There was a moment, I think, him and the girl that was spreading the ashes.
Yeah,
she says something she said something in Japanese, and the subtitle said "thank you." I'm like, she said like 7 words. There's no way you say thank you in 7 words.
Yeah, I noticed that part too. There was it was just like a full sentence, and then it was like thank you. It's like no, there was more context to this. I would like to know that, please. So
I don't know who was responsible for that, but you're fired.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that it couldn't stand is just like, no, there's more poetry to this. Give me more. So yeah, I mean that's probably the biggest gripe, and then the lens. Yeah, I didn't notice it until you brought it up, and then I looked and I'm like, you know what? I still didn't mind it, but I'm like, okay, I
No,
get
yeah.
where you're coming from, though. I get where
But
you're.
like those types of lenses, so that's a I think a Jupiter. Well, it's based on like an old like 1930s, 1940s Russian lens. Um or a similar look called a Helios 442. And it's it like distorts weirdly in the background, and it's usually just used as an effect to get like it's an effect lens for sure. But they were just using it in every shot, and there were a couple times, especially in the first couple episodes, where I was like, they're talking and they're out of focus, and it's not because they aren't focused correctly, it's because they're outside of the area that is clear. So, but yeah, minor gripe.
Yeah, I mean, minor gripe, but nothing that's going to hinder your experience
No,
too much to the point where like, oh, I can't do this. Like it's just
no,
minor stuff that you're like, nah, I could deal with this.
that's me being nitpicky because everything else
Yeah.
was so good.
Uh, okay. If there's a season 2,
Mm-hmm.
do you want a season 2?
Yes and no.
It's so
Like,
hard.
yeah, I'm happy with the story that was told, and I'm happy with it. It was a concise ending that was a little bit, it was, I was left wanting more, which is always a good thing. I don't know when I would want it to take place though. So I think I'm
He's got 2 little kids. He's
yeah.
full on Japanese. He's got the man bun.
Yeah.
That's where I like to be.
Oh, we get John like fully integrated.
Yeah. Full man, because he's not going. Remember, he said he's not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is his destiny to stay here. So I'm thinking he's got 2 halfers, right?
Yeah.
With man bun,
Yeah.
full on.
Well, wait, we saw there was flashback or flash forwards. That was interesting too when they show him as like an old man
Oh
and his
yeah, I
kids
forgot about that.
talking, and they're like, "Oh, so like he gets out and has kids,
Yes, he does get out. You're right.
or those are like grandkids maybe because they're really
Yeah,
young.
they're
And he's
grandkids.
old
No,
as
he's
well.
old. He's
Yeah,
old.
yeah. So
Okay, never mind. So he does get out.
yeah, so
I totally forgot about that.
but so
Unless
here's,
that's a dream.
I think that was because he was holding Maruko's rosary, and we see him drop it in the ocean. So I think that's him envisioning his future
While he's
because
unconscious. Well,
or
because
something.
he was shocked at the explosion. He woke up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a dream, probably then.
It was interesting that they just had that pop up a couple times, and it was just like, what the hell is this? And then there's like, it's fine. I was like, okay.
But it doesn't have to, like, he can go later on in life. I mean, season 2
Yeah.
could be him still fully integrated there. Right?
Yeah.
And then builds a fleet for Lord Toranaga.
Yeah.
Builds a full fleet for him. Biggest, if you had to go through the whole season, what was the biggest surprise for you?
Oh, the biggest surprise, well, there wasn't a lot of shock. It was just, I loved how it slowly let you know little things about people and slowly built up the conspiracy and the plan that Toranaga was doing. And even at the end, it wasn't like a huge reveal. It was just like, oh, okay. He said like 5 lines that allowed you to like connect some dots. And it wasn't like a huge reveal of just like, oh, here's my master plan. He's just like, oh yeah, they're not going to do this anymore. She's tired of partying with them, so they're not going to have this army. So yeah, I'm going to be the leader of this, and this is how it starts. And you're like, oh, I see all the seeds that he's been sowing this whole time. But the biggest event was absolutely when Mariko was about to stab herself, and then John walks up and was just like, I'm used to being in hell. I'm not letting you go there on yourself. And that one hit me the hardest.
Well, speaking of stabbing oneself,
Oh yeah.
how about Lord Tarnaga's like, go ahead, man. Do
Yep.
what you gotta do, right? And then he finally stops him at the last second, right?
And then punches him in the face.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I think the biggest surprise was when his best friend took his life,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all for just a deception. I
Yep.
was like, holy smokes, like that's insane. You couldn't think of a better way
Yep.
or a safer way that your friend doesn't die?
Yep.
Oh,
and then also he's like, I want to know your plan. And he's like, why would I tell a dead man? And he's like, or no, I'm not going to tell a dead man the future. And he's just like, all right, let's get this over with.
That was my boy too. And then so he he crossed him, right?
Yep. Yep.
Man, that was my boy. I'm like, oh man, why you gotta do that?
That was my favorite too.
Yeah, but you know what? It was cool at the end that they had that conversation at the there, right?
Yep.
He's like, oh, you son of a, you know?
Yeah. How does it feel to bend the wind to your will? And he's like, nah, I just listen to it.
Yeah.
Such a badass.
I do not bend the wind.
I merely listen.
Only when I have burrito.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I also love the fact. On point. I love also the part where he's like, oh yeah, I destroyed his ship.
Yeah.
Just like,
I did that to test him. Make sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then he's like, I might tell him the story later.
One day I'll tell him.
One day I'll tell him the story. We'll laugh about it over some sake.
Which is why I think season 2, I'm greedy, I know, but would love to see a season 2. Maybe just a 6-episode season 2. Like a fan thank you kind of thing.
Or like a mini series, like a
3 hours?
Yeah.
3 episodes, 3 hours, like a fan service thank you.
Yeah. There could be something where the British try and take Japan and Blackthorn has to explain how they can stop him. Ooh. Yeah.
Or the Portuguese.
Or the damn Catholics.
No. People of different ideas.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, a 3 hours or 3 episode special as a thank you. I think that's cool. That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
That'd go over well. Yeah.
That'd be something unique.
Yeah.
As well. And people will love that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that a lot of people subscribe to Disney Minus just because of this show. You see what happens, companies? I'm talking to you, companies. When you have good shows, people will just easily click on it and buy.
Yeah,
that's how it usually works.
Yeah, and I think next week, or is it next week that Acolyte starts, or is it next month?
No,
it's June.
June, yeah.
A couple months, yeah. And I think it might be a mass exodus of people unsubscribing in a couple months.
Well, they go month to month. That's why, right?
Yeah.
There is a couple of stuff coming out in May. We will look into that. Dark Matter, I believe it's called. We talked about it on Apple TV.
Yep.
So that is coming out in 2 weeks. We'll have to check that out. I'm very curious to see what Chris is going to give this. Out of 10. But we'll give our overall out of 10. Did we do that yet?
We did not.
Okay.
Not the overall.
Do you want to go first or should I go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. Out of overall, the whole show.
Overall 9.5. Yeah. Or should I give it a 10?
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's perfection.
I would call this a perfect show. Apart from
talked about the lens, the subtitles.
Yeah, but that's just me being nitpicky.
9.7 or 9.8.
9.8. You can only give 0.5s. I tried to do this and you gave me shit.
I know. I'm testing you. See, that was me testing you.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it's a 10. Like, it's a perfect show. The character again,
Wow.
the fact that in what
Wow.
10 episodes, 9, how many was it? Yeah, 10 episodes had me like writhing in pain from every single character was amazing. Every background character. Oh, and also learning that the fisherman guy is actually a samurai, which, by the way, the subtitles kind of gave that away a little early, because they said that
I know.
they tagged him when he was talking, and they said, "Oh, samurai says this," and I was like, "Samurai," and then 5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, actually, I'm a samurai," and I was just like, "Oh, well."
Yeah,
So
thanks,
again, fire whoever's writing your subtitles.
idiots.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10, man. I'm gonna have to give this. Oof. I'm gonna have to give this a 9.
Yeah.
This is a superb show. It's right there with Fallout, I think, in a different way. That's the
Sure.
crazy thing is they're two separate and different, but they're
Yeah.
so good,
Yep.
right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10. Absolutely brilliant. Chef's kiss. I didn't think the show The Bear would get topped
Yeah, this quickly.
this fast, but
Yeah.
it did. By 2
Yep.
shows, not by 1, but 2.
And another FX show.
Disney, all you got to do is take these guys from FX and say, do whatever you want. Keep doing it. Give them all opportunity. You're trying to what?
Now I'm just looking back through old FX shows and being like, all right, what did I miss?
Well, they start out with Fargo, right? That's their big one, I think. And then you watch Legion.
Yeah, I watched Legion.
Yeah.
Oh, American Horror Stories is FX. Oh, that was good. Yeah, The Bear. Atlanta.
Yes, Atlanta is really good.
Yeah. Shield. Yeah. Some good stuff.
I'm just looking at some news. By the way, next week, is it next week? Yes. Sorry, in 2 weeks, Planet of the Apes is being released, and I'll be seeing it 2 days early.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do a review on that, spoiler-free review. So, you know what they did for as a promotion? They rode on horses in San Francisco Beach area.
Cool.
Full on apes.
Cool.
It looks awesome.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know if I can put that up on the screen. Can I?
You can.
I'll see if I can put it up here. 1 second here. Share screen. Okay. Share.
Cool.
Can you see it?
Oh,
see
yeah.
it? That's awesome.
That's scary. That's spooky. Oh, man. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, so they had that there as a promotion. I think that's so cool. Over the top and awesome. Fall Guys coming out with Ryan Gosling. That looks funny. Looks good times.
Yep.
Okay, so this is funny. This is weird. I don't know. This is this day and age. Okay. So a rep from a movie director reveals that Rotten Tomatoes scores of directors' past movies are now the first thing producers look at when directors are being pitched to them. Why?
Why?
That's the last place you should look at.
Well, are they doing the audience score or critic score?
He doesn't go into detail.
Okay. If it's audience score, I can sure.
But I think you should look at the score as I hope it's not your deciding factor. That's
right.
what I'm
Maybe that's a tiebreaker. kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd be like, if you're on the fence of between two directors, you're like, okay, let's look at this guy's last 4 movies and see what the score was, the combination of audience critics. But if that's your deciding factor, that's pathetic, because you should be looking at how does this director's past experiences and projects translate to what you're going to be thinking of doing, and is it a good fit? Which is something that Star Wars doesn't understand, and they keep bringing inexperienced directors who have zero understanding of the lore or don't care to even learn about the lore get the job. Right? You can argue if someone has a little experience that this is how they get experience, but if they don't understand the lore, don't care about the lore, or want to change the lore into what they perceive is Star Wars, then the whole thing is just a giant dumpster fire. And it's been so far with Disney, and they still don't learn. Right? It's this repeat rinse cycle over and over again.
I still say put Sam Witwer in charge of Star Wars.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has the wrong genitals to do so.
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. I get upset just talking about it. I don't want to ruin the good mood. The good mood. John Krasinski and Steve Carell are reuniting for a new movie. They don't know what yet. Well, they haven't announced what yet. Sorry. 2 of them are hilarious.
Yep.
And definitely would be nice to see that. The internet broke a couple of days ago. I don't know if you noticed with the release of a trailer with that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yes. Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it like 3 times. And I've been watching. Okay, I know you guys probably talk about it a lot on the Monday, but X-Men 97, that has been so much fun. And then Captain America shows up. Like, that blew my mind.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this guy's in it. And nobody saw it coming.
No. He just shows up. Yeah. He just shows up. Rogue is just like, all right, you don't need this piece of shit's shield if you're just going to be a coward and not fight for us. Oh, it's so much fun.
I just want to talk about a couple of things here about going back to Shogun here that I just saw. It got 9 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't care about that, but I just wanted to mention it. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes again. FX most viewed premiere on Hulu at 9 million views.
Good.
It decimated everything FX put out there in the past.
Good.
So it is described as the most transportive TV epic since Game of Thrones. That is huge.
Yeah.
So it just shattered all expectations.
Yep.
And I need episode.
You know who did the music for a lot of Shogun? I didn't see this until this episode. Atticus Ross.
Who's that?
He's a guy who works with Trent Reznor for like a lot of scores and music. Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails. Oh, so wow. Atticus Ross did a lot of the music in this, and it was just like, oh, that's why it's so epic and moody and atmospheric.
Something that was re-released in theaters, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire was put back in theaters, and it made over 800 something. Was it
dollars?
Yeah, 800. Yeah, obviously
$800 is huge.
10 people watched it and got popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah, it made a boatload of money. I have to double check, but it made over 800 box office.
And Lord of the Rings is coming back to theaters too.
Yes, in 4K, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
over 800 cents.
Yes.
Just rolling it in.
Atlas, starring Jennifer Lopez, Simin Liu, and Sterling K. Brown. May 24th on Netflix. It's a futuristic movie. It looks like Blade Runner.
Cool.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
We'll see
is
what
it a show?
About. It's a show. Wait. No, I don't think Jennifer Lopez would ever do a show. It's a movie.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a movie. She's too big to do TV shows nowadays. Yeah. I can't wait in May. Garfield's coming out.
You're so pumped for that. It's
I am
awesome.
so pumped, man. Oh, I love Odie. I love Garfield. Oh man,
Yep.
so ready. So Chris Pratt is doing promotion, so he's like trying to pretend to be a cat.
All right. I'm kind of getting tired of Chris Pratt.
What? No,
I'm kind of getting tired of Chris Pratt.
No, don't say that. He's a good Christian boy.
I'm sure.
Kidding. No,
Is he Mormon or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I
Okay.
love him because it's just funny. That's all.
Yeah, he's funny.
You're getting tired of the act? Is that what it is?
A little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
I like he's very similar in mood and feel to like Ryan Reynolds, but Deadpool is so good that I'm not getting annoyed of him yet. But it's a little overset. Like, have you seen the Pringles commercial? I hate that. Like, I'm just getting annoyed when he shows up and shit now. I'm just like, ugh.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And also he's an asshole too, so but
he's a conservative.
Yeah, he's super right wing.
All that kind of stuff, leave it out the door. Just do movies here. Like that's what I want from actors. Act. I don't need anything else from you.
Exactly.
Do it on your own personal social media handles. Fine, that's cool. Whatever, do your thing. But when it comes to IPs, just act, please.
Yep.
That's it. And I want that all of Hollywood too.
Yeah.
It's not your responsibility to teach the next generation. It's us and our parents, grandparents.
You're disconnected from reality. You make billions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea.
They should be the last people to help the next generation.
Yeah, again, why was everyone so pissed off that Gina Carano said some dumb shit on the internet when she's had like 50 concussions? Like,
nobody said anything about that.
You're surprised that this person has disconnected from reality? Weird.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. You know, the crazy thing is I'm not going to be able to watch Deadpool till a week after it comes out.
Where are you going to be?
I can't say yet. It's a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah. But I will not be here that week. Oh!
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I can't even go to the theater where I'm going to go because it's not going to be in English. Oh! So, anyways. We have anything else to discuss? Alvin, what? What's he talking about?
It was a while ago.
Oh.
I think
they trained hamster actors. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. A lot of bananas were peeled. Yep. That's what they did. What did he say here? I don't love that they always just use Chris Pratt's regular voice and not, I don't know, Garfield voice.
Yeah, but wait, no, it's not Chris Pratt doing the voice for Garfield. It's Super Mario. Oh, wahoo! I love lasagna.
No, it's Star-Lord.
Wait, why? He's just playing more Italian stuff. He just loves lasagna and pasta.
Who doesn't?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Remember when what's the name? What's the dad's name in Garfield?
John.
He's like, all right, Garfield. He's like grating the cheese. Say when? Never. And he's just like in heaven with cheese. Parmigiano.
Who voiced Garfield last? It was
Whoa. What?
I don't eat lasagna.
You don't like life?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
Wasn't it? What's his name? Bill Murray. Didn't Bill Murray do the Garfield voice at some point?
No.
Bill
Murray.
Maybe
the old Garfield TV show.
Bill Murray. Yeah, he did. He did
the old one, right? Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. Okay.
That was. Oh, and Alan Cummings was in it. Jimmy Kimmel. Anyway. Yeah. So Chris Pratt is gonna do Garfield again, or Garfield. What do you mean you'll eat pasta but not lasagna? It's just pasta with a shitload of cheese. It's the best kind of pasta.
It's a sheet of pasta that you just put meat on top of.
Yeah.
It's literally the same as you getting spaghetti and putting a meatball on top.
Yeah. Just more cheese.
4 different types if you know what you're doing.
Oh, you don't like cheese?
Are you lactose intolerant or something? Like,
then take a
there's pills for that.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, take a lactate. Enjoy life, Kiwi. Eat cheese. Be merry.
Okay. Anything else?
Eat cheese
today. Yeah, eat cheese. Be merry. Well, if you don't like cheese, then you don't like.
They make pretty good fake cheese now.
Yeah, this
is fine.
Cheese.
Yeah, dye is pretty good.
Do you like pasta? You don't have to have cheese in it if you don't want to, but you got
like lactose. Pasta. I just don't like cheese. You don't like MSG? You don't like happiness? You don't like flavor? It's the best. You'll learn. Don't worry. You'll learn to enjoy life and cheese.
All right. I enjoyed cheese and I enjoyed this show today. Chris is not here. He's always here. Next week, I think we get a Star Wars packed show.
We do.
He really wants to talk about Star Wars. I might not be here.
That's okay. We'll talk about
cheese.
Good fun. Oh,
we'll talk about pastas next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about blue milk and blue cheese.
Yeah, we should talk about favorite foods in Star Wars.
Oh.
Or the food that we've seen in Star Wars so far. From Rancor special.
Yep.
Yes, I eat pasta, spaghetti without the cheese, pizza too. Wait, huh? You can't have pizza with no cheese? Then it's just
pasta, spaghetti without cheese.
Then it's just bread with sauce.
That is just...
It's a pita bread.
Yeah, it's naan.
Yeah, it's not pizza then anymore.
No.
Pizza it's like the glue that holds everything together on a... cheese is like a glue that holds everything together on a pizza.
That's like going to a pho place and getting steak.
Shots fired.
We're saying I love bubble tea and never getting boba. Just getting juice.
That's what it is. Milk tea, baby. That's exactly what I'm wearing the shirt too.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. We bid everybody adieu, au revoir, and we will see you guys next week. Ciao.
Okay, bye.
Bye.